The journey of creating a loyal customer base is never an easy ride. And trust me, being part of the WPManageNinja team, I know exactly how it works. We spent hours testing tool after tool to find the best solution for email marketing. Some were overcomplicated, while others were way overpriced. We spent more time fixing problems than actually sending emails. Just like us, if you're building a business, freelancing, or launching a startup, you may find yourself in this spot and already know how powerful email marketing is. It gives you direct access to your client's inbox and delivers your personalized pitch perfectly to them. But most people believe they need expensive subscriptions or a tech expert just to get started. And honestly, that stops a lot of folks from even trying. I don't want that to be you. Today, I'm going to walk you through how to set up a high-converting email marketing system 100% free. I will do it using FluentCRM, a powerful email marketing automation solution that lets you create, send, and manage campaigns without any paid subscription. By the end of this video, you'll know how to set your campaign up, import your client's contact, craft the perfect email, and track your campaign performance. So let's jump right in. Okay, so as you can see, I'm right here on my WordPress dashboard. So now I'll go to the plugin and search for it in the plugin directory. All right, there it is. So let's go ahead and click install. Well, the installation was fast. Okay, so I need to activate it to complete the process. And it's done. The plugin is now accessible from the dashboard sidebar. Let's get to it. All right, so I can already feel a welcoming vibe over here. I'm launching the quick setup wizard to make the configuration smooth and simple. So I'll go ahead and provide my business name, followed by the business address. Now it's time to upload the logo. All right, that was fast. Okay, so moving on. Now it's time to define segments. You may run a service or product-based business, or even you can be a course or content creator. These help categorize your audience based on your needs. So let's go ahead and add a few for myself. Okay, so after inserting a segment name, if I tap on the slug, it's creating them automatically. That's a small but very handy feature. Let's try one more to see how consistent it is. Okay. Yup, that works great. All right. So next up, I have to add some tags. So these are basically little labels that help you organize your contacts based on different traits like subscriber, lead, first-time buyer, and so many on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a few now to keep things tidy from the very beginning. So now you can see that I can see two checkboxes. One is for installing Fluent Forms, which helps collect leads, and another is to share some data to improve FluentCRM. I'm going to go ahead and take both of them. Okay. So it also asks for your email to send a bi-monthly newsletter. It includes updates and useful insights. So I'll go ahead and enter mine. You know, it's always good to keep learning. All right, so it's time to finish the setup. This might just take a few seconds. Okay. And I'm in. So at this point, I can either jump into importing contacts or check out the dashboard first. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open the dashboard and give you a very quick tour. Here you go. As expected, it's fresh, just like a blank canvas. No contacts, no emails, and no data yet. Let's start filling the empty spaces and bring in some contacts before we jump into the campaign building. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and click on Import Contact. And as you can see, it takes me straight to the contact section. That's the import button, and it's very easy to spot. So let's go ahead and go for that. So FluentCRM gives you the flexibility here. As you can see, you can upload a CSV file, or you can pull contacts from your WordPress site, or you can even import data from other platforms. So if you're migrating from MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, Drip, or something else, you have those options too. So for now, I'm going to import my contacts using a CSV file. I'll just select that option and go ahead with Next. Okay, so after that, I will choose the character type to separate individual fields. All right, so I've picked that, and now let's upload the file. Okay, great. The system has automatically mapped the CSV headers to the correct subscriber fields. As you can see that the file was already pre-formatted, it picked up the structure right away. Okay, so it may differ if your CSV files contain different sorts of data inside them. So if your file doesn't, no worries. You can mash them and import them as well. Okay, so the subscriber field is mapped perfectly, but I can change it if I want. Right, so let's deal with some other stuff. There are a couple of options. I can keep the updated subscriber as it is. If I change it to yes, it will update the subscriber's data if it already exists. So ticking the other checkbox will ensure no automation is kicked off over applying any tag or list. As I'm starting afresh for today, I will keep them as it is and make sure new subscribers are marked as subscribed. Okay, so now it's time to confirm the import is here. That was fast, and the contacts are imported successfully. Okay, so let's close the modal. As you can see, I have them in my CRM now. Now, let me share a quick tip with you. Let's say you want to add your contact to any list or tag. You can do that effortlessly. All you need is to select them all or the contact you want. And then select the action based on your requirements. Once you're done with that, just hit confirm and it will be set. With my contacts ready, the next step is to create my very first campaign. If I just hover, as you can see, if I can just hover the cursor over emails, I will have all campaigns, recurring campaigns, email sequence, email templates, and all emails. So as I'm planning to create an email campaign for my clients, let's go with all campaigns. The fresh interface is asking to create my first email campaign, so why wait? Okay, so if I select the button, I will need to add a title for my campaign. So let's name it as New Product Update Campaign. Okay, let's hit create. The interface to create my email campaign body is there. Basically, this is where all the information I want to send to my client is stored. So let's see what I have there to create the perfect email body. Okay, so as you can see on the left side, you've got your main building blocks like the text sections, images, buttons, custom codes, and so many other things. All the essential elements to build out your message, basically. If I move to the next one, I can get access to some styling options. Wow. I can change the email body background. I can also fix the content width and padding, choose my preferred content background, set a default content color, and also link color. Wow. The option to pick the perfect font and heading is also there. Okay, so let's switch to the footer settings. All right, so it's already set globally, as you can see. But if I want a custom one for this email, I can do that too. That's pretty much everything in styling. The I button is for previewing your email, which can be really helpful while crafting the email. So after that, I have some editors and a spot to import templates, which is perfect if you want to reuse emails in the future. So as I'm starting afresh, I don't have any templates as of now. Well, that's pretty much everything I have for creating my email. So let's create one now. Why wait? I'm starting mine with a friendly greeting. Let's start with hey, and I'll personalize it with a shortcode for the recipient's name. That way, each person will see their name when the email lands in their inbox. Okay, so now that we've drafted our greeting, let's move on to the core message. As I'm going to notify them about the updates, I'm going to include a bullet list to highlight them very clearly. I'll drop in a list block and enter the main points. So let's quickly go ahead and do that. Okay, this looks clean. I think it would be great to link them to my blog for more details. So what we can do is let's add a button for that. I'll write a catchy little call to action and embed the link into the button. Okay, so let's dress it up more to make it more appealing. I want this button to align with my brand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and adjust the width to 75, then jump into the styling section. I'll change the background color. Tweak the button radius to make it rounded. Ooh, this looks sleek. Now I'll add the required footer details and save the email. Let's check the preview to see how it's going to address my clients. Okay, so this looks good, but I think adding an image can level up the vibe. So let me do that in seconds. There you go. Let's preview it once again to see how this looks. Ooh, look at that. I can even change the preview contact to make sure the personalization shortcode is working. Perfect. Well, now let's continue. Okay, so now it's the time to write the subject line. I'll go ahead and write a catchy subject line and use the name shortcode to keep it personal. Then I have the preheader. This is basically an additional short subject that is shown as a small subject line beside the primary subject. Okay. If I enable the checkbox, I can specify a unique sender email for this particular campaign. And if I leave it unchecked, FluentCRM will simply use the default SMTP email. Okay, so let me share another important thing here. If you want your emails to actually land in inboxes and not the spam folder, SMTP is super important. I recommend using FluentSMTP. It's free, reliable, and works great with FluentCRM. We have a detailed walkthrough on how to set up FluentSMTP, so you can check the description for the video. For now, let's finish creating my campaign. Okay, so now I have the UTM parameters option. These are apparently very useful for tracking the performance of marketing campaigns. Let me just provide the values there. You can even skip them if you want. Okay, so next I have the flexibility to send a test email. So before sending the campaign, it can be very helpful to ensure everything looks spot on. So if you want, you can use this option. So now let's move on to choosing who I'm sending this to. What I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and select the contact list I imported earlier. You can also filter it further by tags or other segments if we want to target a specific group. And if needed, you can even exclude certain contacts, but I'm keeping everyone in for this one. So right here, I can see the total number of people it's going to. Okay, so let's continue to the next step. And finally, here comes the review part. Okay, so this is where I get a final overall look at everything. You can see the subject line, email body, the recipients, and the complete setup for my total campaign. So if I spot something off or if I see any mistakes, I can just easily go ahead and make a quick edit through this one. So this is a very super handy button. I've also got the option to send the email right now, or if convenient, I can schedule it for later, maybe when my audience is most likely to open it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it right away. But before that, let me configure the email sending options as well. So as you saw that I already have the FluentSMTP set up in my site, I am going to breeze through this part. So I will just write my firm name and pick the email. So similarly, provide the reply name and email as well. So as you can see that it's optional, so you can skip it if you want. Here, I can adjust how many emails get sent per second just to make sure my server can handle it. Now, I will keep the rest as it is and save the changes. Done. The campaign is now fully set. Let's go back and run my first email campaign. So as you can see, here it is, waiting to be sent. Let's tap on Send Emails now and see my first campaign land on my clients' profiles. And it's sending. That awesome feeling when all your hard work starts doing the magic. Okay, so as you can see, my campaign has been sent to my clients. If I scroll down, I will have the campaign details and also the emails I have sent to my clients. So if I switch to emails, I will come across all the recipients. As you can see, I can also see their actions. and even preview my emails. As a cherry on top, I can see all the clicked emails and also the emails my clients has not opened. I can even resend the unopened emails as well. This is so sleek. That's all. I have installed FluentCRM, set it up from scratch, crafted an email campaign, and finally sent it to my clients, ensuring the deliverability with FluentSMTP. The best part I did, all of them completely free. If you're thinking about growing your business, FluentCRM is a definite tool worth trying. Give it a go, and I think you'll love it. Why wait? Grab it now.